Hello agains, it's me, Nanagens, coming to you with another showdown battle. This is my Week 7 Indigo 3 draft match versus September. The Quagsire Queer Queens, I believe their team name is. So far with this league, I'm in the lead, and they were middle of the pack. So I kind of went in cocky, and I brought some silly sets. Here, let me show you. I brought, I don't know, it's showing up. Oh well, we're just gonna stick to this page. I brought Conkeldor with a bulk up and substitute because I thought to myself, she has 3 electric types, 3 ice types, and 3 normal types, and there's not really a whole lot any of them can do to Conkeldor except for, hitting a Moonblast or just chipping it down. So I thought a Drain Punch substitute set would do really good, and seeing a Lomamola doesn't do anything to Conk, unless it hits a knockoff on a switch in or something like that, which I wasn't too particularly worried about because I can play around that. So I thought to myself, if I just set up sub on a Lomamola, I'll be totally fine, and that's my win column. And for other options, I brought Togedemaru, which I EV'd properly so it could one-shot Alola Ninetales if Aurora Veil up is not up, and Diancie if Aurora Veil is not up. Also, just have U-turn and have a spiky shield wish passing set. So just kind of a general annoyance. Toxic Sol, Salazzle kind of just does pretty good on this team. Same with Moltres, it's just so many ice types, so I wasn't particularly worried. The only good answer was Diancie. And then we just have Scarf Croak just to clean up in case we needed it. So oh jeez, Mamma Mia. There we go. So I lead with Togedemaru, suspecting that they're gonna lead Alola Ninetales, and my thought process is, if I just hit it with Iron Head, it does half damage at least. But she goes with a pretty good safe play, Heliolisk, which I think is definitely, there was a pretty good lead versus me. But this is Lightning Rod, so she can't Volt Switch versus me. And I go for a Spiky Shield just to see what she's going to do. She goes for a U-turn, and I know that Heliolisk is faster than me, so I decide, you know what, I'm gonna go for a U-turn as well, and just try to get the best switch in possible. So we get a free Salazzle basically. So we go for a free sub. I think there's no way they Spore versus me, and they go to their best switch, which is Diancie, which is safe. So I think, okay, what can I do? I have a sub up, and we might as well keep it, So I go for a Toxic and just try to Toxic Saw a little bit. Because really I'm not scared of anything. Salazzle will always outspeed Diancie. So I just keep doing it, and then I go into Vaporeon because I know Vaporeon's not going to die at anything that Diancie can do. And then we see it's Stealth Rocks, which I'm not particularly scared of Stealth Rocks. I have Heavy Duty Boots, Moltres. Boots the only really thing that is scared of rocks. So she goes for the Heal Bell and gets rid of the status on Diancie, which I think is a pretty decent move. And switching out Diancie, I think you definitely needed to do. I think you should have switched out immediately. I don't think you should have stayed in versus Vaporeon at all. Vaporeon is just really good against this team, and I was expecting you to bring your Arctozolt, I think, because that's a lot more scary than the Sandslash here, considering that I have a fighting and 2 flyers. But I was pretty happy that when I saw Sandslash, because I didn't have to worry about Arctozolt, even though I did prep expecting it. I get a really crucial crit here, which actually matters super, I would say pretty greatly. Not like game costing, but I think it does hurt the longevity of this Ninetales a lot. And then they go for a substitute, stalling out their own hail, which I don't think is a particularly great choice. And then you just get out damaged because Daniel-san don't die. So I go for a Protect to keep stalling out the hail as much as possible. And then I know nothing the Sandslash does will kill Daniel-san. So I just start wishing, stalling out Hail as much as possible, so so Sandslash can't really do anything, get anything going. I lose my leftovers, which that sucks. But Heliolisk comes in, and we know from the beginning of the game that Heliolisk is probably stuck into a choice. So they go for a read, thinking that I'm gonna go into Crocodile to hit their ground type, or get the ground type immunity for the electric move. But I stay in just to scout and stall for Hail as much as possible, because I know that this is probably running U-turn Surf, T-Bolt, Weather Ball. So I didn't really want any Crocodile to get hit by Weather Ball or by... I didn't know it had Surf, so that's pretty cool actually. But now that I know that it does have Surf, I think, oh, I can just stay Vaporeon because it's locked in. So I go for a Scald, and I get a really lucky burn. I was kind of displeased with this because I kind of wanted to get a Toxic on it with Salazzle later in the game. But not too big of a deal, honestly. Then she goes for a Toxic. I absolutely think they should have gone for a Spore. It doesn't matter what you sleep, but if you slept Vaporeon, that shuts that mon down, or shuts anything down. So like, let's say I switch into Conquer, switch into Moltres, now I can't get rid of rocks or something, which I think is pretty important. But it didn't matter too much. They make a good switch into Alomomola, which I probably should have done something to... I should have read that, but I wasn't too worried. I had a huge lead. Or not a huge lead, but I had a lot of momentum and a good lead. So I see Alomomola, and she pushes Wish, basically announcing, hey, Alomomola has full health and Regenerator, or it has Regenerator, so it's gonna get to full health. So nothing to really worry about. And I think, okay, there's no way they go for an attacking move because I can do a lot of damage to it. So I just go for a sub. And I'm kind of worried about Deontay's Fairy type. But then I remember Diamond Sword, I think it's a Rock type move, which doesn't do anything instead of going for a Moonblast, which I'm totally fine with. And so now I just outdamage it, and now Alomomola comes back out to tank some hits, and I realize, okay, here's my opportunity. I have my sub up already. I can just start bulking up, and there's nothing they can do. You can keep regenerating, and you can keep Wish Passing all you want, but all Broken Bones has to do is keep hitting Drain Punch, because it just does half your damage, half your health. The sub is finally gone, but that doesn't particularly matter in this situation, because nothing on your team kills Conk at this point. Unless you have like Moonblast and Diancie, but I outspeed Diancie, I think. I could be wrong. I probably don't. I don't think I outspeed Diancie. But yeah, I just keep Drain Punching everything until everything is dead. And that's the whole game, essentially. So they go for a Diamond Storm here, which basically reveals that they didn't have a Fairy move, which probably means they're Body Press for Crocodile or Mr. Cool. Yeah. So Drain Punch, Conk, go bonk. He broke some bones. Holma, Conk. Yeah. He's back, baby. He's back. And he's taking this top 8. Sorry, Bebsy. Winning this season. GG, Sep.